Hello and welcome. My name is Lexi Jong, and here I like to talk about luxury beauty. And today we're going to talk about the new items from REPHR. And I have to say, I'm really excited for these new promotions. These items were gifted to me. So let me go through. I have a demo showing you how the brushes are used, but let's go through and talk about the deals that are going on. So first off, REPHR has two eye sets that are going to be available for a discounted price. So these are the flagship eye sets. So there's one that's like their regular flagship eye set, and then there's another one specifically for hooded eyes. So each of these, okay, so both sets come with these four brushes. So you have the number 1, the number 2, and the number 3, sorry, I just used mine, so it's dirty. And then the 29, which is one of their new brushes. This is their first liner brush. So we have these 4 in both of the eye sets. But to distinguish between the regular and the hooded version, the hooded is going to have brushes 13 and 14. So these are both crease brushes. These are 2 of the smaller crease brushes. So we've got 13 here and 14, which is a little bit bigger. The regular set is going to have brushes 15 and 12. So let me just show you. Here's 15 in relation to 13 and 14. And then we have brush 12, which is a dense dome-shaped brush. This is really great for going on the outer corner. It's really great for using with cream shadows. I use this particularly with cream shadows all the time. Actually, if you saw my Guerlain video, you see that I use this brush in there. This is a big fluffy crease brush. So the 4 that are in common, let me just go through those quickly, but I do have several videos showcasing these. This first one, number 1, is kind of like an all over brush. You can see that it's a bit fluffy, but it's also a bit flat. You've got this pinch ferrule here, flattened ferrule, and that's giving you kind of that shape. So this is kind of like your all-in-one brush. It's fluffy enough that you can use in the crease, but yet it's flat enough that you can use it to lay down color. Since it is a little fluffy, I prefer it with powders over creams, but you can use it with creams. And then we have REPHR 2, which is more ideal for cream products. So you can see this one is going to be a dense flat shader style. It is still like thick enough that it doesn't feel flimsy when you're using, and it's thick enough here that if you really wanted to, you can use this in the crease as well if you're going for something a bit more precise. It's also still narrow enough that you could use it on the lower lash line as well. Brush 3 is probably the most popular like pencil brush. So again, mine's dirty, but you can see that this is the pencil brush. Works great for the lower lash line, upper lash line, inner corner, and I think it's a really great brush. And then 29 is one of their recently released brushes. This is a liner brush, and you can see it's small, it's precise. You can definitely do detailed work with this. It's a great brush. So each of these sets then has 6 brushes in total, and the regular price for these brush sets is $120 US, and they are going to be on sale for $72 US. So that breaks down to $12 per brush, which, is a fantastic deal. And one of the things REPHR is doing, and I'm sure if you've looked at, any of the promotions going on, like the promotional materials, Instagram and so forth, you've seen some of these modular vanity pieces. They are giving away pieces of the modular vanity with brush set purchases. So with these brush sets, you're going to get module piece B. So these are the different components, A, B, C, D, and E. And let me show you what B looks like. All right, so I have stuff in mine. I'm actually using them mixed up with some other ones. So I actually have these 2 pieces separate. You don't have to use them for the same things that I have used mine for, but I have lipsticks in this one, some of my ones I've been reaching for. And then this component here, just take some of this out. You can see you've got these 2 dividers here. So you have kind of the angled step and the 2 dividers. And if you look at these components, you can see these little like circles at the bottom. These are magnets. So these are magnetic. You can mix and match them. You can, it's so versatile. So depending on which way you want, your dividers to go and so forth. So this will be module B, which you'll be getting with these two eye brush sets, which for $72, it's a fantastic deal. I was so surprised that these were being offered complimentary. So I just think it's a great deal. Now, REPHR also has a holiday brush set, and we'll talk about the brushes in this set in a minute, and I do have a demo showing how you can use these. But this set has a retail price of $226 US. It's going to be 40% off or $136 US. And you're going to get a few components complimentary with this as well. So you're going to get one of the set B, like I just showed you. So the same set you would get with the eyes. And then you're going to get two of component C. So component C and D, I don't have D, so I can't show you that. But you can see that they are similar, but D is going to be flat, whereas C is going to be more of a staircase angle. So you can see I'm using mine to store palettes. I do have one that's empty though that I'll show you. So this is 1C. So you can see you've got magnets here and here and here. It's on all of the sides. So you can really mix and match these with any of the other components or leave them separate. It's really great. So these have been very sturdy. You can see it's not like that cheap flimsy, plastic that you can get from I don't know if everybody's done this, but unfortunately I've ordered some from Amazon in the past and these have just been kind of easy to crack. So far, no issues with any of these. They seem to be very well made. So again, with the brush set, you'll get two of those and the B component. Now, the holiday brush set, we have 3 new brushes. Mine are dirty because I use them in the demo. But let's start off with brush 30. This is a powder brush. It is undyed goat hair. You can see that it is going to be floppy here. Okay, so it's loose. It works really well with loose powder or if you want a light dusting of a powder or blush. If you are somebody who likes large blush brushes, and I know some people definitely do, so you could definitely use this for blush. I used it for highlight in the demo as well as loose powder, so you can just kind of see how that goes on. But it's a really great brush. And let me compare this real quickly to some of the others. All right, so here's the holiday brush. And this was the brush from last year. This is brush 25. You can see 25 is bigger. It also has more of this angled dome. And it's a little, the floppiness is pretty similar, but it's a little bit denser. You can see you've got this oval ferrule, and this one here has more of a round ferrule. So a little bit of a difference there. And then this is the 22 bronzer brush, which you can see has a pinch ferrule. It's more of an oval shape. This is going to be a little bit more dense than this one as well. But the biggest difference is going to be the shape here. Now, another brush that is fairly similar in shape, you can see you both have the flat top. It kind of angles out the same, but these have longer hairs. This one here is from Chantecaille. It's the P8. So yeah, very pricey brush, but they both perform fairly similarly. This one has the longer hair, so it's going to be a little bit of a looser application than the REPHR 30. And another one here, this is the PFO from Chantecaille, and you can see this one is going to be much more dense. It's also a round ferrule, and the shape is going to be slightly different. And then moving on, we move on to 31, which is a stippling brush. And you can see you've got different lengths of the hair. Again, I used mine today during the demo, but it is a stippling brush. And honestly, I meant to have this clean for this video, but I've been using it every day. I'm really enamored with this brush. So it reminds me the most of the Surratt foundation brush. This Surratt foundation brush is pretty pricey. It's $95, and honestly, it's not really worth it. You can see it's smaller, but they do have the same shape, okay? But the Surratt feels a little scratchy when you use it, okay? So it gives you a beautiful finish and it works beautifully on the skin. I like it, I use it, but it's a little rough, okay? I don't know why. I think that, you know, this one, the REPHR just feels slightly softer. Now, this is not going to feel like a super soft, like squirrel hair brush or anything on your cheek. It is a stippling brush, so you're going to have a little bit more of that texture from stippling, but it's softer than the Surratt, and I like the size better. I think it's a much better value and a better brush, to be honest. So yeah, I've been really liking this because it gives you this beautiful finish. And it's a great size. And because of this angle, it makes it really versatile for you to get into small spaces like under the eyes and so forth. You can use this for concealer and foundation. I use it also for like cream blush or any like cream face products. Oftentimes I like to use my foundation brush for that. I think it's a fantastic brush. Honestly, the only brush I have that's similar to it is the Surratt foundation brush. So if you have any like comparison requests or anything, let me know, but this is it. So you can see the difference with the Surratt. And then in comparison to these, we have this little mini brush for $32. And you can see this has an angle to it, just like the foundation brush, right? This though, I mean, it's so versatile. I think it's intended technically to be an eye brush, and it works great for that. I love putting it here on the outer corner and then being able to work my way in. It's fantastic, but I also really like it for concealer. It's fantastic for concealer. So I've been using it a lot. And again, I just can't stop reaching for these two. So the powder brush, I like the powder brush. I've been using that a lot as well. But, you know, I feel like powder brushes are a little bit easier to find, you know, one that works super well for you. You know, like they don't have to be as unique. But these two brushes are I really love them for base products. And I really like this for eyeshadow as well. So, you know, having multiples of this is, yeah, I'm gonna have to order one. So anyway, I just think these brushes are great. So this is the holiday set. These three brushes for $136 plus components B and C. So they do also have a couple of other components. Again, I mentioned that I do not have D. D is going to be the flat version for the palettes, but this here is component A. Actually, there are two parts of it for component A. I'm using it to hold brushes. And one of the reasons I wanted to show this to you is because these are some of my really short handle brushes. And I just wanted to show you how they stand up in here. So these are brushes that are too short for my normal brush hand holders. So I usually have to have them like in a drawer or something, but they fit in here. So I've been using these for my shorter brushes and I love it. Now, just to show you how like a REPHR brush fits in, you know, they fit in obviously very well also. And then component E, which I have, is this. This is just going to be, it's just the shape. There's no dividers or anything in here. I use it for my foundations and base products that I reach for the most. So the products I'm using the most, I keep right here. I put it on the right hand side. I've got my mascara, foundations, and yeah, I just think it's great. All right, and then the last thing I want to share, the last promotion, they have 20% off site-wide as well. So anything you want to buy individually or separately, you know, that will be 20% off. So you've got 3 deals going on. You've got the eye sets, which are, again, a great price at $72 with component B. You have the holiday set where you get B and 2 Cs for $136 plus the 3 brushes, 30, 31, and 32. And then there's also 20% off site-wide in general for things that are not included in those promotions. So definitely check it out. These things always tend to go really fast. So, you know, if you're interested in something, you know, don't wait too long to decide because I know people do tend to get disappointed. So let's go ahead and go into the demo so you can see these brushes in action. Okay, so we are going to start off with the REPHR brush number 32. And this is a unique brush because you can actually use this on the eyes and it works so well, especially if you're starting on the outer corner and working in, or you can use it for a small concealer brush as well. So we're going to use it both ways today. And we're going to start off with concealer. So on my skin, I have the Surratt Perfectionist Primer, and that's it. So I'm taking the Rhodial Peach Lowlighter, and we're just going to put this on. You can see how nicely it fits into like grooves, and it's gentle. It's just a really nice brush. Okay, I'm just gonna wipe that off so that we can use it for the shadow again. All right, and just gonna finish up a little bit of what's left. But you can see how nicely this brush performs. So just stippling gives you really nice coverage. And if you like something a little bit sheerer, you can brush it out and you get like this soft finish. And we're going to actually test out, this is one of the Victoria Beckham new cheek sticks. This one here is the shade Knickers. This is the lightest one. So I'm gonna put a little bit of this here on the cheeks. And we're gonna take the brush 31, the foundation brush, and just kind of pounce this onto the cheeks. Okay, so there's that. All right, just gonna add a little bit more here. And next we're gonna take a look at brush 30. And you can see that this is a powder brush. I mean, if you love really large blush brushes, you could use this for that as well. We're gonna go into the Rhodial Glass Powder. So this is a fluffy brush. So you want to make sure that, you are, I think it works best with like loose powder just for like a light dusting. And because this is undyed Go hair, it's really great for setting powder, in case your foundation or any products are slightly damp still. It's great to use something like undyed Go. Now we did already do the blush, but let's go ahead and we're going to use the Clé de Peau highlighter in. This one's 102 from the holidays. We're just going to get a little powder up on there, and let's just go over the cheeks so you can see where it hits. Okay, so I'm just going to get a little dab of the Viseart eye primer on and just dab this on, and then we're going to go ahead and move into eyes. And we're going in with the REPHR 32. This is the Bobbi Brown Luxe Precious Metals palette. I'm going to go into this last shade in the palette. Just going to get some product up on here. And we're going to start in this outer corner. And look at how perfectly that fits. I mean, you've got this tapered edge, which goes nicely into the crease. You can easily just kind of work your way like all the way across the lid. You could use this for one and done, just for darkening the outer corner. It's totally, very versatile brush. I'm going to go into this pink shade, which is the first one on the second row. Just gonna put this here in the center. And then I'm gonna go into the very first shade, this silvery shade. And we're going to put this in the inner portion here. All right, just wiping the brush off. And now I'm just gonna kind of use this to kind of blend the edges here. I don't want the pink to be super noticeable, but it's more of like something that your eye kind of catches. All right, so there's the brush 32. And I really think this is a fantastic brush overall. Concealer, eyeliner, or not eyeliner, eyeshadow, whatever. It's really just so great to use. And, you know, if you're somebody who likes like smaller highlighter in like intense portions, again, you can use it for that also. I'm just going to finish off the eye look with the 03 brush into this gunmetal shade for the lower lash line. And I'm just going to take a little bit of the silver shade, again, just dab it directly in the inner corner for a little extra brightening. And for eyeliner on the upper lash line, this is the Chanel Style Ya in Gris Graphite. All right, so this is the eye look. I'm just going to finish my makeup. I'll see you in a minute. And this is the final look from a distance. So the last thing I added was the Givenchy Le Rouge Sheer Velvet in 36, L'Interdit, and the Jones Road Brow Pencil in Ash. Everything else is the same. I have the Surratt Noir Lash Tint on, and that's it. All right, so I hope that was helpful. And I have to say, I think REPHR has done a fantastic job with this launch. I am really just so impressed that they included these vanity pieces complimentary with these sets. I was really surprised. I was waiting to hear how much they would cost and so forth. And then they sent out the email the other day just saying that they were going to be complimentary so that people could try them out. I was just floored. So I wouldn't expect these to be complimentary forever. It's more of like a trial, a way to give back to customers and so forth. But, you know, REPHR has fantastic customer service. And one of the things that they are working on doing is as their sales have increased, you know, most brands are increasing prices now because of, you know, the supply issues dwindling and things like that. They're actually trying to lower their prices. So, you know, I think it's fantastic. This is such a great way for people to try out the modular vanity pieces. I really like them. I'm definitely going to have to get more of these holders for more lipsticks. I mean, let's face it, I cannot have enough of those. I'm always running out of space to store lipsticks. So yeah, I just think this is a great collection. Now, depending on what you're interested in, I think all of their promotions going on are a great deal. If you're interested in eye brushes, I think all of the brushes they included are fantastic. But I really think that the stars of this whole promotional event right now are definitely going to be these holiday pieces. I love them to pieces. So I'd love to know what your thoughts are. And if you're interested in anything, please leave them down below. I do have an affiliate link in the description box if you're interested in using it, but don't feel obligated. And thank you so much for watching. And if you enjoyed it, please hit the like button and subscribe and share with your friends. I will see you very soon. Have a great day and stay safe and healthy.